Hello, my chicken bone suckers. So this is a tier list, right, of decks based on how racist you are and how okay you are, I guess. Now, I did leave off meta and rogue in there because some of these decks shouldn't be here, but they are, so I'm gonna throw them in that list. Whatever you do, right, your goal is to be in based, right? So if your deck is in based, you're a based individual. If you're racist, that means you are a no, that doesn't. If you play a deck, that doesn't mean you're a bad person. Okay, I'm just saying that you are racist. You refuse to let your opponent interact with you because you think you're too cool for that. Nah, I'm gonna be honest. There is no actual like metric I could use to measure these decks, but you want to be in based. You do not want to be in racist or diddler or mid. Now, possible homeland security threat. I'm gonna tell you about that later. So first off, let's start off with Gemini. If you play Gemini, you are a based individual. These cards see zero play only because of the skill. They are great and they are cool looking monsters, and because of that, I think they are deserved based tier list. So there's a lot of decks here, so I'll get to them. So we have heroes, right? If you play heroes, you are racist. I'm not gonna explain it. That deck is too much. I don't care about the ban list. That didn't do enough. Predator plants. You are also racist. You refuse to let your opponent summon boss monsters. How dare you? How dare you? Time thieves. You guys are like diddlers low-key, but like in the mid section of diddlers. Y'all aren't really good at diddling outside of turn 1. Yeah. Tri Brigade. You're based. Oh, Tri Brigade. Oh, they're so generic. Blah, 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 blah. I want to hear it, bro. This deck right here is great beast warrior, winged beast support. We like that, okay? We like supporting decks. That deck doesn't have a broken skill. Literally just draws one card. That's all the skill does. Yeah. Mayakashi. Y'all are based, okay? I went up against one of you folk, right? One of these Mayakashi people. They have like a bunch of synchro monsters they throw in the graveyard. They're pretty cool, okay? And they use a lot of these cool monsters that have really cool artworks, and the skill just throws them all into the graveyard to speed things up, you know. That's what the skill does. I like that. Speed the duel up. That's why it's called speed duel. And I will never accept anybody using a timer as an excuse for this deck, because all the people I played against it, based as fuck, never ran out of time. Raid Raptor, because my brother plays this deck, he's gonna go in racist, and what he had done to me with Forbidden Droplet many times on stream, it was tragic, but he did that shit to me. And you know, it is what it is, right? So now we have Shiranui, right? If you play Shiranui, you might be a diddler on the low key, but there is a subsection of Shiranui players that are okay, right? I despise this deck because the trap isn't limited, and I think it should be, but it isn't. Yeah, you drag the game out way too long, and you send any level 4 monster to get your combo started. And I think that's horseradish. Can I do anything about it? No. Maybe that's okay. You know, maybe it's not a bad thing. Star Seraph. Next one on the list. If you play Star Seraph, I would have put you in racist had it been like 5 months ago. But you guys aren't that racist. You guys are more mid than racist. The deck was the strongest deck at one point, and it's kind of fallen off into obscurity, and I think that's crazy. So we're gonna do Wind Witches next time. You are based if you play Wind Witches. I'm only saying that because Rin, Yugo's girl, plays this deck. So yeah, that's it. You guys get a pass. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Okay, look. You either play this deck because it's cool as fuck, or you play this deck because Kaiba is an awesome character. And both reasons are very based, right? Very based reasons. I don't see nobody playing Blue Eyes that doesn't like Blue Eyes. That's why it's based. Cyber Dragons, based as well. Just cool cybernetic dragons with plasma beams. Like, how can you not like that, man? Not little bit racist actually, but not fully racist. You're okay if you play that deck. So we got Dark Fluid. I'm gonna put y'all at the top of base. Y'all have a level of patience that I will not understand. The people that get to King of Games with this deck, You guys have a special amount of patience, right? And I can admire that, okay? Like, I went crazy going to King of Games just one season with Predaplants, because that deck takes forever to set up turn 1. And yes, you pretty much guaranteed win all the time, but I don't like playing Predaplants because the skill is just carrying the whole deck, and I think that's stupid. Crystal Beast. Y'all are kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie. You lose to Effect Veiler, you lose to MST, at least starting up. After that point, you're a little bit stronger, but you still lose to Dark Hole, so maybe not that strong. Yeah, Book of Eclipse also, Forbidden Droplet also, but like that also nukes a lot of other decks. I'm just saying that you do a lot of setup, and it could just all just burn down easy. I think that's fucked up. I would put you up with the Dark Fluid players, but your skill is more broken, so yeah. Dark Lords, had this been 2 years ago, I would have put you on Racist. But this deck is really weak. The skill they gave it is really weak. It's just buns all around, I'm gonna be honest. But people still making it work, bro. So I've got to give those players based. Ghost Tricks, I would put you in Diddler or Racist, but like y'all are kind of like off meta, like mid. Let's put that mid. All right. That doesn't even make sense. You know what? You get a pass. You get a pass. Double it and give it to the next person. Gunkin Ships. Y'all are based, bro. This is like the most basic like rank deck, like Xyz deck. This is the most basic Xyz deck, and it always works. I don't understand how that deck works. Medolce, you're probably racist. I'm not gonna lie. This deck is cool, but like, if you play it, something inside of you is like not like the rest of us. You may even say I might put you in Diddler actually. Yeah, I do play Medolce, but I'm not a Diddler. I'm in a certain subfraction. Yep. I'm just saying that I feel like I've never met a normal Medolce player. Yeah, that's it. Odd Eyes, you're based as fuck. You play Pendulums. Pen best deck. Speedroids. Look, this is my golden child, so I can't put it anywhere like crazy, other than based. This deck is awesome. It was apparently tier 1 at some point, and then it got back to full power recently, and we got more support for it, and it's not even tier. It's just an all-around good deck. Not really racist, not really Diddler, not even giving it a pass. Sanavalon, I'll give y'all a pass. I would put you in racist, but you have a level of patience and mental fortitude to play Sanavalon, where you summon a normal monster, and then off that one little dude, you go into like 30 billion monsters, and then you end on the 2 Link 4s. It's like, bro, you're doing too much, okay? But, you know, I'll put it in base. Pass is just gonna be my, I'll think about it later, alright? Let me do that right now. I'm thinking about it, okay? I don't know where to put Ghost Tricks, but you're kind of based if you play Sanavalon. It's a really weak deck, but I'm guessing with the new support we might get, it might be a lot better. So Thunder Dragons. Had this been 3 years ago, maybe I'll throw you in racist, but fortunately for you, it isn't 3 years ago, right? So I'm gonna throw your ass in racist. If you play Thunder Dragons, you are probably racist. Now, I'm not saying like you're actually like a racist person. I just mean like, you know what I mean, right? Yeah. I'm not saying you're an actual racist person, okay? I don't mean to demean anybody that plays these decks. I'm just saying that, you know, these have implications, entails. Don't go after nobody, okay? This is a joke. Right? Yeah, this is a joke. This whole tier list is a joke. Don't take it seriously. Tri Brigade again. I think this is supposed to be Laria Lusk. You're going in the Diddler category. Laria Lusk Tri Brigade, right? Look, you're mixing a deck with a deck that's already good, and you're giving it more cards to make it even better. But for some reason, Laria Lusk Tri Brigade is actually worse than regular Laria Lusk. I don't understand that. You know, maybe you'll go in mid. Zombies. I think this is Zombie King Balderuch and all them. I see a lot of you, and you just pop Super Poly with Zombie World, and then you did on me. So you know, I guess you guys are all right. Rev the floor. You are going in racist. Now, why are you going in racist? I don't like how you get so many cards for free, and I have to go and do my little combo with Speedroids. Aha! I gotta summon my Terratop, my Take Tombor, go into this dude, and then you just summon what's his name? Rev de Flor Sorcerer, so Sorcia de Flor. You just summon Sorcia de Flor because you have one card in your hand and you can just do that. And then you summon Dingirsu and then you touch me. This is mainly when I was playing Unchained, honestly. But I don't like that, I think you should be locked into synchro summons. Yeah, that would probably make the deck really bad, but you could give it the other benefits it had in the past before. I just think synchros need help right now. Here we got the agents. Honestly, y'all are mid. Y'all got nerfed into high like hell. This deck got murdered by the time I got to play Duel Links. So on the second note, right, I'm gonna think about Rev the Floor because it's actually kind of a cool deck, but I don't know what to say about it. Alter guys, right? You guys would be impossible homeland security threat. But I won't talk about that yet. I'm gonna be honest, I have never met a sane Altergeist player. I feel like everybody that plays Altergeist is mentally or clinically insane. So I might have to put you in possible homeland security threat. I don't think you're safe to be around people. Now these are superstitions, right? Don't take these seriously, but these are superstitions based on the decks you play. I got Ancient Warriors. I'm gonna put y'all in based, okay? This is a really simple deck and it works. Can't hate it. Crystron's based. Actually, maybe y'all are a little bit racist. So, Crystron players, right? Don't get me wrong. They have to do math or something. I don't know. They always be bragging about their brain intelligence and stuff. But like, as far as I've seen it, right? The deck relies on that one dude that stops you from taking battle damage. And I think that's some cowardice. So, I'm gonna put you in mid. I do like the card designs for these cards. These cards are very shiny, very cool. So, you know what? Maybe you'll go in based. But I'm just saying that for now. Dark Magician's based as fuck. Dark Sorcerer, just Dark Magic attack. You're based automatically. Like, the thing is, right, with Blue Eyes and Dark Magician, they're both kind of bad decks. But if you play them, that means you're the GOAT, alright? Dragoonity, you're based. It takes a lot of effort out of a person to play one of these decks, okay? And Dragoonity has really cool monsters and I really like them. Earth Machine, probably top of base. You just summon big monster and rail your opponent. I think that's awesome. Fossils, pretty much the same thing. Now we'll pull Dark Fluid in front, but my Earth Machiners out there and my Fossil Fusioners out there. Y'all different breeds of people, right? Gaia, I will put this in based, but because of how shafted this deck has gotten, I'm gonna have to put you in possible homeland. Actually, no. I'll put you in mid. I would love to put this deck in based. Actually, wouldn't it make you based if you play the deck and it's bad? Never mind. You're going in based. I hate the skill because people started making Dragon Link with it instead of playing Gaia and the boss monster's buns. I don't see anybody playing this deck outside of the few people that just love Gaia the Fierce Knight, in which case Rush Duel is looking pretty good for you. Galaxy Eyes, I'm only putting Galaxy Eyes in top of base and maybe second base. Actually, it doesn't matter, this is not in order, but I'm putting Galaxy Eyes in base because the homie Larry plays this deck. And when I was discussing the dual timer issue, I was talking about how Galaxy Eyes, or not, I wasn't talking about Galaxy Eyes actually. I was talking about how Duel Links doesn't have a timer issue and people should stop complaining about the timer instead of, twiddling their thumbs and just doing anything else, I guess, instead of dueling. It's a mobile game, bro. Look, I understand that you might have TikTok brain, but you gotta lock in, twin. The homie Larry just said, just play Galaxy Eyes, and the world would be better if everyone played Galaxy Eyes. And honestly, I can see that. Necros, racist. Why am I doing that? So like, I don't like that one hand effect you got where it stops the battle phase. But then again, y'all don't really got anything else actually. Okay, maybe you guys are a little bit better than I thought. I'll put you in base because it's a ritual deck, and I'm gonna be honest, there's no other ritual deck on this tier list outside of... Well, that's not Blackluster Soldier, that's Dark Lord Desire, but outside of BLS, but he's not there. Live Twins. Now you are either an impossible homeland security threat or the chillest guy I have ever met, okay? You're in one of these two. You're either based or you're a possible homeland security threat, right? Now, me personally, I think the deck is alright, but you gotta drop like $300 to play the optimal version of that. I ain't doing that, man. You know I can't do that. Luna Light, y'all are based. Just summon big monster and beat your opponent to honestly, that's like great deck design. Unfortunately, you get shafted by the skill. Can't activate a card for the rest of the turn, haha, including the pendulum effects. This is Infernoid. Y'all are racist. Why am I saying that? I remember back when Infernoid was a big thing. That was really annoying. That's it. That's my only explanation. Morphtronics based. Leo's the best character in 5Ds, no question. Outside of a couple other characters, but yeah. Tenyi, I'm gonna be honest, this is like the most generic Link deck I have ever seen. I wasn't there when this deck was like completely dominating every other deck, but I feel like Tenyi's alright, you know. It's not the best deck ever, it's not the worst deck ever. It's not particularly hard to go against. Its skill just gives you 2,000 life points. I think you're pretty based if you play it. Unchained, you're definitely racist. You thrive off of destroying yourself, and I think that's bad, man. I don't think we should be doing that, but that's just how the deck works, okay? I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm just saying that's how the deck works. I'm putting this deck in mid actually because the decks as of late kind of make it hard to play Unchained because you just get so much card advantage off the skills that Unchained just kind of sucks because of that. Alistair the Invoker, you're just mid, I'm gonna be honest. It's like a thing you throw into other decks. If you play Invoked on its own, it's kind of buns. Dogmatica is kind of the exact same way, but they actually have more cards. So I'm gonna leave them in alright. I'm gonna put them thinking about it. I might change this to alright. Adika Dika Daka Dio, they're the only deck that suffered from Bish Balkan's leave. And that's because they actually needed Bish Balkan and they destroyed the tokens for themselves. But Bish Balkan was incredibly unhealthy for the game and I'm glad it's gone. It's only unhealthy because of Rev the Floor. I'm putting Rev the Floor in racist. Mech Knights. Had this been when Mech Knights were number 1, okay, I think I've obliterated the deck into existence, but I'll keep talking about Mech Knights. So had this been when Mech Knights was tier 1 and diddling the whole game, I would have put you in racist, but right now you're kind of based because the deck is kind of really simple. It just gives you 3 cards and you use those cards to make Link monsters. Dragon Mage, you're based. I don't care what nobody says. Dragon Maid is an awesome deck. Yep, I don't have a good reason. Orcust, y'all are based. I'm gonna be honest, it's a really cool archetype. You use Link monsters for Xyz materials and stuff. It's really generic, but it's really fun. True Draco. I do think True Draco players are a little racist, but what's so bad about that? This is a joke. No, it's not actually. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. There go Phantom Knights. Y'all are a little racist. Y'all are kind of like Raid Raptor players, but a little less racist. I don't know how else to describe it. Oh, there's Mech Knights. So, Mech Knights, yeah, y'all are based. That deck's kind of weak, I'm not gonna lie. Borlink. This deck is based because it's just kind of, it's cool as fuck. It's literally just Well, it was the predecessor to Predaplants, and that's why Predaplants is so cancer, because it just fills the game with more and more and more and more of these disgusting skills that infect the game. But Boralink is really cool. Now, do I wish there was drawbacks on the skills? Absolutely. But there isn't. And that's kind of the end of it. So, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, right? You guys are going in racist because of what y'all put me through in that KC Cup. I don't know if that was last year or the year before that. But y'all are going in racist forever, so I'm sorry. The Winged Dragon of Ra, I would put you in based, but there's a certain sub-fraction of people that only play Winged Dragon of Ra, and I think they're also an possible homeland security threat. But for the most part, y'all are based. Y'all are just playing the deck because Super Poly's annoying. Super Quants, y'all are racist, but not because the deck is racist, but because you summon that big dude that is unaffected by all cards, and you diddle me every time. And actually, maybe I'll put you in Diddler instead because I said that. Spellbook? Is this the FTK? I think it's the FTK. You're definitely a Diddler. Actually not. You're definitely a possible homeland security threat if you play the FTK. It got banned already, so. Yippee! This is just Rev the Floor. This deck doesn't work outside of Rev the Floor. Get out of here. Shadalls. I would put you in base, but y'all are a little racist. Because you play Winda, and Winda stops 90 all these decks from playing outside of True Draco. Shark, y'all are also possible homeland security threats. Like, I dislike not being able to just destroy your booty hole. Okay. Run it back. I did not mean to say that. Of course, Sharks have a lot of abilities, right? They can spam out a bunch of rank 4 monsters. I don't like how this deck spawns in a boss monster, okay? And I think that's why you may or may not be a possible homeland security threat. Alright, capiche capuche. Sky Strikers. I'm not gonna lie, this deck is pretty based, but I kinda hate going against it. You just kinda destroy your opponents. That's it. That's all that happens. Battling Boxers, I will put you in based, but as of late, right, when I queue up against this deck, I'm like, ugh, this dude's gonna take 17 fucking minutes to set up his board. And because of that, I'm gonna put you in mid. Lyrialesk. Honestly, as much as I dislike this deck, I'm putting it in based. Lyrialesk is the only deck to be this relevant without an overpowered skill. Heroes, Salamangrates, Predaplants. Like, it don't got none of that. Yeah, it sends a Lyrialesk to the graveyard so you can use Barrel Canary as a starter. But like, that's not really that like crazy. Like, that's not that intense. Like, it loses to a lot of out. Like, if you can out independent, then you're usually gonna win. And I think it's based because of that. So here's Salamangrate Pyro Phoenix, aka Salamangrates. I do think y'all are racist. Why am I putting you here? Well, I hate the fact that the deck can send any card and just generate 3 cards for card advantage. And by the way, the card they send can also still give them card advantage. Why is Lunalight Alleviation so fucking garbage? I greatly dislike this deck, okay? Predaplants has at least a decent drawback where you have to reveal 2 cards that are Predaplant or fusion cards. This deck doesn't have any of that, and you also get a free body on the field. So on top of everything, you get more, and then you get more, and then you get more. It just doesn't stop. Free stuff. That's why I hate playing against it. That's why I can only play Dragon Mates, because I'm tired of these people taking 20 minutes to set up their board, and then boom, they lose to an Effect Veiler because they can't destroy your whole field. Oh, but I can summon Salamangreat Heat Leo and summon Power Code Talker and kick you in your hairy nuts. Listen, buddy, I don't want to hear it. Your deck deserves to get nerfed. Wah, the timer, wah, wah, wah. Mech Lord be like, I hate that the only reason people think that the timer shouldn't be nerfed is because of Salamangrates. Maybe Salamangrates is not the problem. Maybe it's the skill. Maybe we shouldn't give these skills so much free card advantage. Yep, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't. You know, maybe we could pull back, you know. I know there's people that are like, oh, but if we give a skill like Salamangrate to every other deck would be fine. No, that would not be good. Because dueling, right? The spirit of dueling is what you draw next. Okay, what you draw in your starting hit, that's all you got. You work with that. If that's all you got, you make the best move you can and you do it with your damn heart and your soul. This deck breaks all of that. All of that. And you know what? I'm gonna banish you to the Shadow Realm. Let me make a new tier. So while I'm talking about that, right? You know, I love Duel Links, okay? That's evident enough. This is one of my favorite games that I have ever played. It's great. It's a great deck. So Shadow Realm, right, is a specific place delegated to a deck like Salamangrates and Heroes. I would put Predaplants there, but somehow they are the least of the problem. And I will happily put them there after these two decks are nerfed. What I will say is, right, House Dragon Maid. My fault. Anyways, Inferno Knight Charles, right? You're going in mid. So after looking at this tier list, right, I realized that, you know, I did great work today. Like, look at all these decks that are based. All of these decks 100% based. If you're in these decks, you might be racist. Diddler, you might be a diddler. Shadow Realm, I'ma banish you to the Shadow Realm. I'm thinking about it. Dogmatica is kind of an engine, so I'm not gonna count it. And Ghost Tricks, y'all are alright. Okay, y'all are based. This Ghost Trick deck, right? These cards would have never seen play without this skill. So, yippee! If you're in possible Homeland Security threat, I hope you think about your actions. And yeah, if you're in mid, honestly, it's not even that bad. You're just kind of average, kind of the average Joe. I want to say is thank you for watching. This has been Rambo Cabbage, also known as Goofy Funny Boy. Anti shout out to Ray Pokey, and anti shout out to Groovy Dude and Bozo Bust. Y'all are ops. Anyways, that's it for today.